Hello, roomies and playmates, to this week's weekly dump for December 7th, or the week of December 7th. I don't know. We're still figuring out how to do video intros, just like we're still trying to figure out how to do video outros. But we've got not a lot of news for you this week, just a couple of quick little things to go over, some things about you've already known. Let's just dive right into it, starting with some cleanup I've been doing. I have reclaimed at this point almost 800 gigabytes of storage on my computer, and I am thrilled. I have been so stressed and tired of looking at those red storage bars on my computer. I've been able to kind of go through and clean up a lot of duplicate files and projects and things that I will never touch again, that I've been too scared to touch because I'm like, what if we need this during our stream next week? And now that we're kind of paused on stream right now, it has afforded me some opportunity to do some much needed tidying up there. I am still reworking a lot of the bot stuff, stream interactions. We don't have emotes right now for the front of the room. We're kind of redoing some of those. The Discord stuff is pretty much done though. If you've noticed, some of the channels have been condensed. If there's anything that you are missing or you wanted to save or want to reference, let me know. I'll see if I can get you access to it before we permanently get rid of it. But what we've done, that's pretty much probably all that's going to change. We just want to consolidate a few things, make it less overwhelming for people that are coming into the Discord and just trying to figure out where they need to talk. I do still have some plans on trying to identify and limit bot spam. That has yet to be implemented, but that's not really going to affect anything that we currently have. But that's really about it. That's all that's going on for news. It's a quick news update. So I want to go ahead and just dive into our first playthrough that we've done. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. We just did that last Wednesday, or more accurately, Kaylee, you just did that last Wednesday, and I was just kind of your little spectator hanging out with you while you did it.
Yup, our first part one was Wednesday, and our first edited video of part one should be released on Tuesday, if I am good at my job. So we decided to do edited videos in parts, so that way if you missed anything, you'd be able to catch up fairly easily from week to week, and be able to also catch the live stream as well if you want to do that. So we decided to go that way because we felt that was the most friendly to you guys, and as well as nice in general. So essentially it's going to be every Wednesday. I'm going to be playing Claire Obscure until I finish the game. However, Claire Obscure is apparently like a 48 to 50 hour game. And then knowing my play style, it may be closer to 55 or 60.
Yeah, that's the 48 hours is not a completionist time. That is just running through the game.
So I do not speedrun games. I take my time, as you guys could tell from part one. So I'm probably going to be doubling up a lot on those. And those parts are going to essentially be doubled up, so to speak. So essentially each part is each week. So if I play Tuesday and Wednesday, then that's conjoined part two, essentially. That's kind of how we're thinking of doing it. If anything changes, we'll obviously let you know. But that's kind of how we plan on doing it for Claire Obscure and potentially any future video game playthroughs. But I think that's it for Claire Obscure. We're really enjoying it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's it? You don't even want to talk about your first impressions? Which, spoilers ahead if you haven't played it yet.
So if you haven't played it, and you're living through me, thank you. I appreciate that very much. I also love to live vicariously through people who play video games professionally. But I really wanted to play this one myself. So I essentially have had no spoilers, which is wild for a game like this. I have not been spoiled at all in this game. So my first, and again, heavy spoilers, my first reaction to that opening cutscene was just awestruck. First off, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
This game, I knew it was gorgeous. I've seen pictures, but I didn't realize the extent of how gorgeous it was. Like the microcosms in the face of these individual actors that are like, I think mocapping these.
And you're playing on medium low because like the computer's not that great. So like, and it's amazing.
For the record, I have Nolan's old computer and it was not streaming Playotic stuff very well. So imagine it trying to stream some of these new gen games.
It's not going great. We're gonna have to fix that.
So we're gonna, that's a later thing, hopefully. But it's like you said, I'm playing on medium difficulty for sure, but I am playing on medium graphics, so it's supposedly even more beautiful than this. And yeah, I think it was very funny. And like normally I don't like to mention viewer counts because we're here to have fun. And whether it's like one person watching or 100 people watching, like that's pretty cool. Either way, but it was very funny to me when it was very apparent what people were trying to watch.
Yeah, they were waiting for like the big reveal
yes,
at the end of Act 1, I guess,
where the old man like annihilates everything. Because at first I thought like, oh, people are watching to see the Sophie girl, right? And I'm like, this is the big moment. Yeah. It was not.
No, because they stuck around.
So they stuck, and it was like maybe like 18 to 20 people in chat, and I'm like, this is great, this is awesome. And then they're like, all right, cool, we saw what we wanted to see.
That was really funny.
And I was like, oh, this is the big, that kind of, it made me sigh of relief a little bit, because I was like, God, I don't know if I could do 3 in one night. But thank you guys for watching that first playthrough, part 1 of our first playthrough. I appreciate it very much. Hopefully we can have some new friends in chat too. It's been nice to see some new people pop up that are more of the video game genre.
Yeah, and I'm going to do some more tweaking with the audio adjustment. I felt really bad because like I wanted the music plays such a huge part of that game. Like it's amazing, beautiful music, and I felt guilty every time I started to turn it down. I was like, no, this needs to be up. So I'm going to make some adjustments because it didn't sound bad. It sounded like you could still hear us over the music, but I want to kind of just level things out just a smidge without doing a disservice to the music, because you all deserve to hear that. It's I keep saying amazing and gorgeous and beautiful, but it is all of those things.
Yes, and we're 3 hours in.
Yeah, 3 hours into a potentially 50-hour playthrough.
Like Ash keeps telling me like, but wait, there's more.
But like, wait, there's more. Like Billy Mays here.
Yeah, like you haven't cried yet. And I'm like, but I did. Yeah. And they're like, no, you haven't cried yet. And I'm like, oh boy. So again, feel free to come join in chat if you're watching this and you haven't seen it yet. Come join in chat. All I ask is for no spoilers. Don't tell me story related stuff. But feel free to like, if you want to help me along the way, I'm fine with that. Just maybe like, sometimes it's fun to let people struggle. So like, let me figure it out for a bit. Right. But also if there's a specific like item that is really cool or a lore piece.
There was one example during your playthrough where somebody mentioned something that if you had missed it, you would not have been able to go back and get it. So like that kind of thing is okay. It's like, hey, don't finish this session yet before you do this. But that's like
absolutely fine. And I love that. Please do that. So that's totally fine. We're all friends here. It's just like, just couch co-op me. Like we're at the front of the room. I want you right next to me on the couch. We're couch co-oping right now. And that's kind of the vibe that we're going for on the front of the room. So
yeah, and we've got a huge week. We've got a lot of stuff this week because the next playthrough of Clair Obscur is going to be this coming Wednesday, the 10th. Yep. And then on Thursday, the 11th, we have Decorating Sense with Ash and Kaylee. It was supposed to be this past Thursday, but unfortunately Ash wasn't feeling too well. So we've rescheduled that to the 11th. That one is supposed to be every other week. It's just kind of a reaction to some it's really hard to emphasize how bad some of these redecorations are. But if you like House Flipper, but you want to see it done really badly and under $500, you're going to love Decorating Sense. Yeah. So we'll have that on Thursday. And then Friday, we have Kaylee Runs a Game, which we need to rename, but I'll get into that a second. That's going to be at 6 p.m. Central Yeehaw time on Playotic, featuring Sega Master, Gup, and Boomer Buck. And that is, for those of you that don't know what Kaylee Runs a Game is, it is a level 21 shot with lots of crazy interactions. Things like Power Word Defecate, where for 10 bits you make a fart sound, and we try to incorporate that into the actual gameplay. Maybe the NPC poops themselves. We make a whole thing of it. We have 50 bits for a disadvantage, 75 bits for advantage. Those, I think, are 10-minute timers, so it's not just a one-off. You cause everybody to have disadvantage or advantage for a while.
Yes, but you can also flip that one. There's quite a few that you can also flip.
Yes.
So, like, essentially, if someone paid 50 bits and then a minute later someone paid 75 bits, they flip. So
yes,
you can do that
for 250 bits. And these prices is what we had on the last game. They may change for the upcoming one as I set things up. So don't hold me to
like
the actual
inflation
costs.
And stuff. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
we don't inflate this game. We might even drop the prices.
You never know. 250 bits though finds you a gun or finds somebody in the party a gun. So maybe they're having a tense negotiation. Then all of a sudden somebody pulls out a gun. 300 bits, random fireball explodes somewhere on the scene, hurting people. We've got for a certain amount of bits. I think I had it set to 2,000, though. I think I think it was 2,000. I think I've dropped it to 666. You can summon any monster in the 5e monster manual.
Oh my God, for $6.
For $6 and some change, you can summon Tarask, a Flump, a giant rat. Like literally, if it's in the monster manual, you can summon it. We've also got we're pretty flexible too. During the last game, we had several people donate just random bit amounts that weren't an actual tip, or not a tip.
Yeah.
Like they weren't set amounts for anything. And they were like, hey, can I make up a rule? Or hey, can we do this? And that's all it's about. It's just a fun way for you all to be able to interact with a wild bonanza of a game, because it's a level 21 shot. Everybody's got crazy things like Wish and alternate reality type leveling spells, and we're not running a level 21 shot. It's like usually like a level 3 or a level 4 one shot where they're so completely hilariously overpowered for what they're doing. It's more just, it's about the friends we make along the way.
Yep.
So I mentioned that we need to rename it though, because the idea behind Kaylee Runs a Game was that it was initially that Kaylee had never run D&D before, so let's throw her into the deep end running a level 21 shot with all these kinds of game-breaking mechanics and just watch her suffer. And that was fun. That was hilarious.
Don't worry, I'm still going to suffer, but I know the rules a little bit better
Yes,
now.
exactly.
So Kaylee Runs a Game is this is the finale of Kaylee Runs a Game, and we need a new Kaylee Runs a Game. And especially considering we are thinking of potentially adding DMs to it, where
Maybe.
it's not just Kaylee. But
so it wouldn't make much sense. Yeah, it wouldn't make much sense if it was Kaylee Runs a Game and, if Matt Mercer ran it. Not that we've been talking to Matt Mercer or anything, but it's
at least Nolan hasn't.
So we were thinking originally Extreme D&D. It feels a little on the nose, but something like Extreme D&D. But if you have any ideas for what this sort of crazy, kooky game that we've been running could be called, comment it down below, and we'll take a look at that during the next weekly dump and see if there's any that stand out to us that we like, and potentially your suggestion could become the name of the show moving forward.
Yeah, and also I wanted to add, also comment down below, because we've had some interactions on Kaylee Runs a Game in the past that we've kind of revamped or redone. So if something that you really want on Kaylee Runs a Game, like I think like the accent change was on there, but something else like Kaylee makes up a rule or something wasn't on there this past time because people didn't necessarily like use it. But then last game someone asked like, can we make up the rule thing? Is that still there? And I was like, oh, we kind of made it go away. So make sure that if you want a specific interaction, comment it down below. It can be new or it can be old.
Yeah.
So just make sure you comment or if you're not the type of person to comment, I'd prefer you comment. That would be awesome because it'd be in one place.
Yeah.
But you can always message me as well on Discord.
Yeah, it
Just
helps.
be like, please make sure that you add this.
We try to mix things up so that every time we run one of these, it's not the exact same effects, especially like if we notice that something just isn't being utilized, we will adjust the price on it so that it's more tempting, or we'll just scrap it all together. So I don't want to accidentally scrap something that people want. And likewise, if you think something's too expensive or too cheap, let us know. I think anybody's going to think anything's too cheap, but just let us know, and we'll adjust things so that everybody has fun, because that is what we want out of that.
Yep.
Otherwise, we've got a couple of things in the works, a little behind the scenes type of stuff. This is kind of nebulous, not a lot of stuff set in stone here, so take a lot of this with a grain of salt. But we are, as we mentioned last week, looking to do some pre-recorded campaigns, specifically Pathfinder 2nd Edition and Vampire the Masquerade. We don't know what else we want to do, but we do want to kind of vary up the game systems a little bit, explore some new game systems, and just kind of branch out and see if we find something that we really enjoy that we hadn't experienced yet because we have been playing D&D for so long.
For sure.
But that's really about it. We got no play mail this week. It's a nice, quick, short dump. Everybody, it's nice when you got to take a nice long dump, but every now and again, it's nice to just get in, get out, and be on with your day, right? So, and with that, we'll see you next week for the next weekly dump. And until then, we still suck at ending videos.